Computer applications in veterinary practice. Daily life in a veterinary hospital involves a lot of computer technology. 1990s were when computers first got introduced into veterinary practices, and now they're a vital part. We use them for client records, medical records for the patients, billing, collecting data, scheduling appointments, keeping track of the inventory. Some even do their payroll on the computer, and for marketing and communication. There's two key things to know: hardware, the physical stuff, and software, the programs that allow your system to run. Hardware includes everything you can physically touch: printers, keyboards, monitors, mouse, hard drives. The operating system as what allows it to work with these peripherals, and then your application software does specific tasks. So your operating system controls your peripheral devices, controls input and output, and will help with management of files and directories, as we talked about in the Windows lesson. Application software does specific tasks: word processing, billing, practice management. This would be Avamark. This would be your Office suite. That's all application software. There's different configurations. You might have a single station system. This would be useful for a sole practitioner. There's just a desktop PC with a printer, maybe a label printer. You might have a multi-station system that doesn't have a dedicated server. Each has an individual PC, again, used in small practice. Larger practices will be set up with some kind of dedicated server, and then many workstations, and the workstations are usually PCs. It used to be that you'd have a CPU and the dumb terminals, because there was a great price difference between a dumb terminal, which is just monitor and keyboard, and a PC. When PCs were $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, you wouldn't put one on every desk. Now they're $500, and you'll usually see a PC being used as a workstation. And they are every place in the hospital where you have activity taking place. It's important to remember to do maintenance. It's amazing the amount of dust and dirt and hair that builds up inside and against the fans of the PC, so be sure to dust it off weekly. Quarterly, it's really good to open them up and clean them out. You can get practically a whole cat worth of hair out of the inside of a computer. It's important to use surge protection to keep your PCs from being damaged in power surges, thunderstorms, having battery backup in case the power goes out, and being sure to back up the information. If you lose that vital client information, it can almost put you out of business and make things very, very difficult. When you're trying to determine what software to use, and you might someday be part of a team that does this, you want to take a look at the flow of client traffic and where you're going to be collecting information: the front desk, the lab, and the exam rooms, and the offices. Figure out who's going to be entering data: receptionists, technicians, management, veterinarians, and the future of the practice. Are there plans to grow the practice, make it bigger? Are you going to expand, become a multi-facility practice? And what do you have for existing equipment? AHA has a trend survey that rates the different application software in use, and going to the national meetings, things like North American and Wild West and Central Veterinary Conference, at the trade shows, at any of the big CE meetings, you can get demonstrations of all the major computer systems that are available so that you can compare almost side by side, Avamark to Impromed to DVMax. When you're choosing a software vendor, you want to know how long they've been in business, how many systems have they done. Get references. How's their support, their training? Does it cost to update the software? Is the hardware included, or are you expected to provide your own? And what warranties do they offer? You want to make sure that you're doing business with a good, reliable company, because your veterinary management software, it's the guts of your business. So, a little bit about computers in the vet hospital. So what are they used for? Well, we collect data. Front desk, we set up client and patient records. The exam room, we log the history, animals' weight, their signalment, their vaccinations, any medical problems. Test results come in from the laboratory, either in-house or outside. Collecting your digital x-rays. Doing scheduling. Scheduling on the computer is great because it can be accessed by multiple people. When you have a scheduled book, it's a physical book. Only one person can be writing in it at a time. Computer scheduling integrates with the medical records so you can see when they're coming in next. They have features where you can find the next appointment. And the information transfer is accurate because it's typed in the computer. It's not dependent on somebody's sloppy handwriting. I had one where they're all like, "Why is this dog here to have his lip checked?" And I said it said check up, not check lip, but nobody could read my handwriting. So online scheduling, much better. Billing, keeping track of travel sheets. You circle all the things that are charged and highlight them so that charges don't get lost. Having point of service entry, you can capture the charges as the tasks take place. So right in the exam room, right on the computer in there, that we gave a rabies vaccine, you check that off. We gave a Lyme vaccine, you check that off. We did nails, you check that off. The little charges don't get skipped. In billing, the prices are usually set by management. And if you're doing online billing, there's less awareness of that accruing invoice. So sometimes if you know you have a client who has financial concerns, you may have to keep reminding the veterinarian of that because it's pretty easy to just keep adding charges, and it's like, whoa, this person said that they really can't go all out. Medical records online, it's great. Multiple people can access the records. You get information immediately. It's legible, it's organized. You can import the reports from referral hospitals. You can import your digital x-rays. You can import your laboratory reports. You can put in digital images of various lesions or teeth before and after dental. And much better than trying to go around looking for a paper file that probably somebody set on top of the refrigerator and nobody can find. We use the systems for client communications. Interesting fact, 70% of scheduled appointments are generated from the reminders that go out, the exam and vaccine reminders. You can also do mass mailings on your whole client database, or perhaps you want to pick criteria. All the dogs over 7 to tell them about a senior wellness package. All the small dogs who are likely to have bad mouths to remind them of dental packages. All dogs who or cats who seem to be too heavy. You could set cat and over 15 pounds and email all those about weight loss management. The computers are used for inventory, for ordering, receiving, dispensing. You can put in a minimum order quantity so that the computer reminds you when you're getting low on things, and you can link inventory items into a procedure so that, for example, when you do a blood draw, it will take a syringe and a test tube out of inventory automatically. And then practice management for the actual business end of it, keeping track of your accounts receivable, generating statements for the people that didn't pay that you've got to hunt down for the money. It can be used for production. Production is tracking the income generated by each veterinarian. Some places use this for their compensation, some just use it for management, some use it for setting bonuses. And then your practice management software will very often integrate with your accounting software. Then other uses of computers in veterinary medicine. Continuing ed, such as VSPN, which you are all asked to sign up for, or VetMed Team. VetMed Team has a lot of free CE courses as well as CE courses that charge. Using veterinary websites for research like AVMA, AHA, or VIN. And then other technologies at use in the hospital. You might have a digital camera. You might use it to take before and after pictures of dentals or interesting wounds and lesions. A flatbed scanner for any paper information that comes in so you can scan it and put it in the record. Digital x-ray. Digital otoscope and endoscope for the ears or looking inside the body and then storing that information digitally. Ultrasound, which ultimately creates a digital video. Lasers, CT scans, MRIs, all other technologies that can be used in the hospital. So you're going to have an assignment in Blackboard. It's a brief research project. I'm looking for 2 or 3 paragraphs, finding one of the other technologies and researching it. And be sure to use proper citation of websites or other information used. So you're going to take this technology and say, what is it used for? Do we use it for diagnostics? Do we use it for treatment? Is it used for both? Is it alternative medicine? In general, how does this technology work? And then find an image of this technology, this device. Maybe it's a digital otoscope. Find a picture of one and attach it to your research project, and then turn that in on Blackboard. Thanks.